and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video to help you get your baby ready for summer. Now it's not only just for babies, this video can apply for like infant, toddlers, as well as like older children, because basically this video is just going to show you how to protect your kids when it gets really warm outside, protect them from the sun. So I have some products to share with you guys about how you can get summer ready. So first things first, you're going to want some sort of a hat. You want like a wide brimmed hat that's going to keep the sun off your child's face and off of their scalp, because they can get sunburn on their scalp or their face, and you don't want your child to get, the sun to be on those spots there. So you want to get a hat like this. I got this at Carter's, and it has the little crabs on it. So it's really cute. This one fits babies age 0 to 9 months. My son is 8.5 months, so this fits him really well. And basically the brim here keeps the sun off of his face, and this can keep it, there's like Velcro, and it just keeps it closed like that. And then, like I said, I got this at Carter's, and obviously you're gonna buy the size hat. It's dependent on the age of your child, but you're definitely gonna want a hat to keep the sun off of their face and their scalp. And then another clothing item that you're gonna wanna purchase is something that protects them from UV rays. So this one, I'll show you the tag here. You want to check this number here, and it shows you like basically how much like sun rays it like blocks from. So this is UPF 50, and it blocks from UV. So, and the material, actually, they can go in the water in this. So if you are at the beach, even if you're just in your backyard playing, and if you check online, you can Google what the UV index is for that day where you live, and it will tell you if it's very high. If it's a very high UV index, that means that you can get sunburn very, very quickly. So this is not, like the stuff I'm showing you here is not just for the beach. Like you might want to put them in a hat just when they're outside at the park or in the backyard playing, and this could be used either at the beach or just, like I said, if they're at the park or in the backyard playing, especially if the UV index is very high. And speaking of UV rays brings me to my next one, and that is some sort of a sunscreen. This is the Baby Organics mineral-based sunscreen, and it is a SPF of 50. And then this one is the Pure Mineral Sunscreen Stick, also SPF 50. So this one's like a lotion that you just put on, and then this one kind of comes in like a twist-up that you can kind of put on their face, but you still have to kind of rub it in gently. This one's a little bit harder to get on, actually, but this is a little bit easier. I find the lotions to be a little easier, but I try to stick with a little more natural brands when I do sunscreen, which brings me to another sunscreen that I also do use on him and me. I like to use more natural sunscreens on my skin as well as his skin, so this is the Arbonne Baby Care Sunscreen, and this one's SPF 30. My friend actually sells this stuff, so she got this for me as a gift. So just, look it up. There's actually a website, I think it's ewg.org. I'll link it down in the description bar below. If you go on that website, they actually rank sunscreens, baby products, all kinds of products in terms of like, I guess like the more natural ones, to like, there's like a number rating. You'll see it on their website as like the safest ones, and then the least safe, like the ones that have like cancer causing ingredients and all that stuff. So you're going to want to look on the EWG website and try to find a sunscreen that's safe. And like I said, these ranked pretty well on their website. Like these were more natural than a lot of the other ones. And then something else that you might want for the summer, you don't have to. I mean, it's going to depend on whether your child is walking or not. But like my son, he's 8.5 months. He's not walking yet, but we have sandals just to put on his feet. Like I said, he's not walking yet, but it's nice to have little sandals on his feet, because you don't want to put them in socks. It's too hot in the summer to have them in socks. So just some open-toe sandals. I have another pair here. So these here are from Babies R Us. They have a whole section. And by the way, the UV protection outfit was from Babies R Us. These are from Babies R Us. So these kind of go together. I bought these for him to wear these together. And then this and the hat came from Carter's. So these are the Carter's brand. And then last but not least, something that not a lot of people think about is the heat. Well, actually there's technically two things. You don't want them to overheat. So I actually purchased, it's O2 Cool. I got it from walmart.com. And it's a fan, but the blades are just foam. So basically, even if he like touches it, because you know how babies, when they see something spinning, they're gonna be like, oh, I wanna touch it. It doesn't hurt like at all. Like, we've already used this, like when it was really hot outside. I had him outside and I made sure to fan him down with this, and you can touch it, it doesn't even hurt. And there's even a spot right here to put water, and you can spritz. I didn't put water in it right now, but you can spritz your face to stay really cool. So you can have this, the fan going, and spritz your face at the same time. So this is a great thing to have in your beach bag, in your diaper bag. It comes with a little, this actually came with it, a little carabiner to hang it on your diaper bag. So whenever you're out and it's really hot out, no matter what, I mean, this is great. You don't want your child to overheat, which brings me to my last thing, and that's plenty of fluids. Make sure your child is drinking, I mean, obviously dependent on their age. Water is obviously the best thing for them to drink, but obviously speak with your pediatrician. If you have like an infant, they usually say they get enough of their fluids through breast milk or formula, but an older infant and toddler, they can have some water. I would stay away from juice. Juice has lots of sugar. Sometimes you drink that and you get more thirsty. I would honestly stick with water, or like I said, if your child is breastfed or formula fed, perhaps they're getting enough fluids through that, but speak to your pediatrician when it comes to summertime with that. Another thing about sunscreen, I would also speak to your pediatrician, because they say children under the age of 6 months old should not use sunscreen, and you should just keep them out of the sun completely if you can. If you're unable to keep them out of the sun, they say, I mean, again, speak with your pediatrician to see if he recommends this if they're under 6 months. But they say to put on the UV protection clothing, the hat, keep them in the shade, and try to avoid going outside between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. is when the UV rays are at their highest, so you're more likely to get sunburn. If you go out after 2 p.m., you're less likely to get sunburn, and if you're out before 10 a.m., you're less likely to get sunburn. But could it happen? Yes. So I would always, if your pediatrician says not to use sunscreen until they're 6 months and older, either try to avoid going out in the sun. If you can't avoid, use UV protection clothing, use a hat to keep the sun off their face. And once they're over 6 months of age, make sure you're looking up natural sunscreens. Like my son is 8.5 months, so he's allowed to wear baby safe sunscreens. So that's just a few tips. I'm sure you guys know of some other fun summer summer items that you use, so please leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching.